Now let's move to a more sober one, which is the burial of late Reverend Father Chris Utov, founder of Fidei Polytechnic in Gboko, and that's the first private polytechnic in northern Nigeria.
Students and management of Fidei Polytechnic in a procession on the streets of Gboko, Benue State, with the portrait of Reverend Father Chris Utov, a priest of the Roman Catholic Church and proprietor of the Fidei Polytechnic, the first private polytechnic in northern Nigeria. Their destination is the school compound. This is part of the activities lined up for the final burial rites for the founder, who died at the age of 62. The institution, which has over 4,000 students running different programs and over 475 staff, feel a sense of deep loss on the passing of their mentor.
Each time he's around, any student who cries to the office and then meets him must surely come out smiling. I've never seen a person like that. Like I said, he's a very humble person. He gets into the offices of everybody. He interacts with the staff. You may not also know. Like when I newly came in, I was looking for the founder. I didn't even know he was a person because of the way he was interacting with people. And it was not acting. He was living his natural life. He continued to be like that until he left.
He has been as a dad to us, in fact as a father, since we came to stay here with him. He took us as his children, and whenever we are in need and we ran to him, he don't even care to ask us how much is their expenses. He just give us enough, as the money will be enough for us to do our things.
Some of the early callers were the pupils from the Fidei Special Science Secondary School, Katsina, one of the many academic institutions established by the late Reverend Father Chris Utov. They gathered for the burial mass to pray for the repose of his soul. A solemn service was held at the St. Gerald Majola Cathedral, Katsina. Catholic bishops and dignitaries joined the family members and friends of the Reverend Father to celebrate the life and times of the departed priest, who died on March 17, 2017, after a brief illness. The Roman Catholic priest was a philanthropist and an educationist.
We believe there is life after death, life that has no end, one where the sorrows and pains of this world are hid once and for all. We also believe in a compassionate God who is always ready to forgive and let go, for he loves us and does what is best for us. Indeed, whether alive or dead, we belong to the Lord. Many of us here may have been blessed or enriched by God through the committed pastoral, administrative, and humanitarian work and other services of Father Christopher Utov. Through his pastoral ministry, Christ would have given people new life in baptism, fed them in the Eucharist, forgiven them in the confessional, cared for them in their illness, whether physical or spiritual. You're all aware that Father Christopher was deeply involved in healing ministry right at the beginning of his priesthood till the end.
It was indeed a full house. All these people have come to bid him farewell.
The sudden death of our beloved friend and classmate, Christopher Yerua Utov has left us miserable, sorrowful, empty, afraid, and bitter. Few people may understand the pain, the loneliness, and the frustration we now feel at his death. Chris, our true and generous friend, we deeply mourn your death. You were a very devoted and a committed priest, and had strong convictions, and yours was a very courageous and a sympathetic mind. You did not only minister to people in your parish, in many parishes, as an assistant priest, and later as parish priest, but you also built schools and provided succor to those in need.
The service ended as more tributes continued to pour in.
Father have struggled and have sacrificed greatly to make sure humanity is better than he met it. And for me, I can simply say that we have lost a great man. We have lost a great son of Benue, and in fact, the church have lost one of the most colorful, one of the most impactful priests in this part of the world.
Reverend Father Utov was loved by many who will no doubt miss him and his contributions to humanity.
It shows that he has a very high percentage of personnel in Benue State that he has brought education at their disposal. But closely related to that, I have been made to understand, and I've also seen it, that he particularly chose indigent students in that institution, and probably the other institutions that he have, to support them in terms of the finances and the welfare, which goes a little bit beyond just providing the facility for education, but actually touching the lives of the students who ordinarily could not have afforded to be in that institution.
The reverend gentleman who is lying low now is a perfect gentleman who has contributed immensely in humanity, development of humanity. Apart from his priestly core, he has developed human capacity in the area of education, social, and above all, he's a manager of crisis. Benue State have greatly lost this great son of Benue at this critical time that we are facing challenges of insecurity.
He has some kind of resources that God has given him, and he used them without discrimination. And so many priests confided in him, and that so many people will miss him. With the priests of various dioceses, we were together in Makurdi, and the diocese split it over. From Makurdi, you know, have diocese of Lafia, you have diocese of Tukpo, now you have diocese of Gboko and diocese of Katsina Ala. All of us were together, and it has been of help to everybody.
His remains were laid to rest at the cemetery of the St. Gerald's Majula Cathedral, Katsina Ala Local Council of Benue State. Late Reverend Father Chris Utov was ordained a Catholic priest in 1983, came, saw, and left his footprint on the sands of time. With such remarkable testimonies here, he will certainly not be forgotten in a hurry.
All right, our condolences to the family and indeed the Catholic community. All right, everyone, that concludes the show today. Thank you so much for spending time with us. As always, remember that you can watch this and past editions of the show on channelstv.com. Follow us on Twitter. You can reach us with the number on your screen. So let's continue the conversation. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ogechkwose.
And I'm Anne Nwawade. Definitely see you again very soon. Take care of yourself and have a lovely week ahead.